All right, good. So you're welcome to the live trading session. This is powered by 10 Trade. All right. And we are doing this to ensure that you are profitable as a trader. So 10 Trade cares about you making money. So that's why we are doing this training sessions every Mondays and Wednesday, 6 p.m. Nigerian time. So we're going to be analyzing the chart as a community, spotting zones whereby we can take entries for the week, right? So it's also an avenue to cross-check your own analysis as well with a second eye. So that way you are more, what's it called? Your strike rate eventually is going to increase and improve once you start getting confirmations, all right? So it's also an avenue for you as a 10 Trade client to ask questions, all right, regarding any aspect of forex trading, and then you get answers to those questions. All right. So we're going to be looking at a few pairs today, maybe 3 to 5 pairs today, spotting zones that we should expect reaction from this week. So just while I'm talking, you can just type in the pairs that you like me to analyze, maybe pairs that you have been looking at for the week. So type it in the chat box. Let's see if we can analyze it together. Mr. Ibrahim, you're welcome. Mr. Denny, you're also welcome. So type it in the chat box the currency pairs that you are looking at for the week, and then we'll take a look at it together. Also, if you have any questions, this is a good time to ask your question. So Mr. Ewu said gold and GBP USD. Good. So let's start from gold. Let's start from gold. Okay, good. So let's do gold first, and then we'll go to GBP USD. So let's delete everything here. So as always, the first thing you want to do when looking at any chart is to get the higher time frame perspective, right? You just don't want to go to the 4 hours or the 1 hour and start analyzing just on one time frame. No, you won't really have a good direction, right? So you need to have a multi-time frame analysis, right? A top-down analysis. So from the higher time frame, then you work your way down to lower time frame. So personally, I like to start from the monthly or the weekly time frame, and I want to know the overall range or the overall direction. What is currency pair or the commodity wants to do? So on gold right now, what are we seeing on gold? We are seeing that price on the weekly chart is in a downtrend, as you can see. And then right now, what are we seeing? We're seeing a bit of internal structure here, but ultimately we are seeing a retracement to this block of supply here. And when you look at it, this supply zone over here has been taken out by this liquidity here, right? And coincidentally, this is also a supply. This is a supply range here. All of this right here, the supply range. So we are seeing liquidity grab in a supply range, and then price is still ultimately in a downtrend, like so. Let's delete this. Price is in a downtrend, and then we've seen liquidity grab over here. Okay, so and usually after a liquidity grab, let's make this bigger. Usually after a liquidity grab, what we should expect is a bit of retracement or like a strong move to the downside. All right, so that's what personally we should be anticipating on gold on weekly. All right, so now that we know the story on weekly, we now go to lower time frame and look for structure to support our buyers. Right now, our buyers on weekly chart is to look for sell opportunities. We want to sell gold, but we need to find the best place to sell gold. So we want to go to lower time frame, like the daily time frame, And then what we want to do on daily, we just want to see market structure on daily shift to bearish. So right now, let's check out the structure on daily. Price has been in an uptrend on daily like so. Okay, good. So over here is daily chart. And then what do we have here? Price is currently reacting at this demand here. This is where price is reacting from over here. This red candle, okay, tapped into the demand zone. Now, ideally, if price is in an uptrend or in a higher time frame demand, we should be looking at buying over here. Okay, but because of our understanding of the higher time frame weekly perspective, we've seen footprints of the sellers coming into play. So even though price is in a demand zone here, ideally we're supposed to buy, but higher time frame weekly chart is saying that price is in a supply. We've seen activity of liquidity grab, so we should be looking for opportunity to sell here. So personally on gold, except price breaks this high, if price breaks this high, that's when I'll change my buyers for a sell for now. Okay, but price right now, I'm looking for opportunity to sell gold right now. And then what is the best place to sell gold? So this demand zone is currently reacting. You can see this green candle pushing top. So ideally, what we should expect is for price to break this higher low, for the structure to shift from bullish to bearish. So this higher low needs to be broken. So this is what we should expect on gold. So price should possibly go up a bit or not. Then ultimately, one price will come down and break this zone. Once that break happens, we want to wait patiently for price to retrace. So once that retracement happens, we want to look for opportunity to sell. Okay, sell at a supply. So we don't know where that supply zone is going to form. It might be here, it might be at this extreme here, but somewhere within this zone. But first and foremost, we want price to break this particular higher low. Once that break happens, you will not take entry for a sell yet. You want to wait for price to retrace back into the supply zone that broke this level of structure here. Okay, so once that happens, you look for sell opportunities over here. So that might be somewhere here or somewhere. It might be somewhere here or somewhere at the extreme. So price is still currently forming. So we don't know where the immediate supply is going to form. But what you're waiting for is very, very simple. Like I said, based on weekly, we've seen that price is in a supply. So we need a confirmation on lower time frame to sell. So daily is giving us a presentation, right? So price is in a demand zone, right? So we want this demand zone here to fail. Once it fails, that means price has broken down. You will not sell yet. You wait for price to retrace into the supply zone that broke this demand, this higher low, and then look for sales. Okay, so that's what you are waiting for on gold. All right, so that's what I'm going to advise on gold. So the only thing that will change my perspective on gold right now for a sell is if price breaks this higher high here. Even if price breaks this higher high, ultimately we are still in a weekly supply. So we should still be anticipating a sell. All right. So ultimately gold should sell, if not this week, next week. And the sell will be very, very strong. Okay. So hopefully this is the setup that will initiate that move. We do not know yet. Okay. So that's what we are waiting for on gold. That's what I would wait for on gold. And I also recommend that you do the same thing. You want to be very, very careful not to be in a rush to enter trades on gold, not even this particular period. All right. So a lot of people are going to lose money this period. So you want to be very, very careful, very careful. And then one thing that you can also look at that is possibly playing out is a possible heads and shoulder pattern playing out. Let me mark that out for you properly. All right, so we are seeing a reversal pattern play out in a weekly supply. So check this out. This is your left shoulder. Okay, this is the head, right? And then we have neckline here. And then we are seeing possibly price wants to retrace into this zone here. All right, so either here or here, somewhere here. So we can already see it touch in the right shoulder. We might see price still go up more a bit. So if this right shoulder should align properly, it might go up a bit. Okay, but ultimately, if this works, we should see price go all the way down. Okay, so as you all know, heads and shoulder is a reversal pattern. Okay, and this reversal pattern is forming where? In a supply zone. So that is confluence right there. So once this break happens, like I said, price usually would also still retrace. Okay, once treatment happens, then on a sell. Okay, so be very, very at alert. So once this happens, if you are someone that likes to trade on lower time frames, what you can do is if you want to anticipate this right shoulder here, you can go on, let's say, the 4 hours or the 1 hour time frame. And then what are we looking for? We are looking for possible reversal. Okay, so if you this is the 4 hour chart. Let me delete this. This is a 4 hour chart. Let's mark out the structure on the 4 hours. Okay, let's see if there's a reversal yet on 4 hours. So you have this ultimately price going up like so. Okay, so this is structure here that was broken. Right, so we've seen price break the structure to the downside, initiating some sort of a trend change or order flow change, possibly. And then we have the reversal. We're having a reversal. Okay, so personally, this zone might not be the best reversal zone, maybe somewhere up here. Let's make it here. Okay, even though this is a structural area, we can see lots of wicks here. Okay, buy to sell wicks, but ideally, all right, so I would like price to possibly still come up a bit. If that happens like so, so price is currently down now, so we might see price come up a bit. If this happens, what you can do is to just set a sell limit. Set a sell limit to 1803, and then you want to put your stop loss somewhere here above this high or above the extreme high. Okay, so that depends on you and your risk. All right, but ideally, like I told you from the beginning, gold is setting up for a sell. Setting up for a sell. Hope that makes sense, Mr. Shokwato Ewu and Mr. Denny. So that's what we have on gold. So what you can do is to set a pending order here, a sell limit order, like so. And then you want to put your stop loss somewhere above here or somewhere above here. And at least you want to exit here for the first, for your TP1, because price has broken that lower low. If that break happens for any reason, we should still expect retracement into this supply. All right, so when this happens, you take another second entry in that trade. Okay, so that's what we have on gold. Nothing spectacular yet on gold. Okay, so maybe this move might happen tomorrow or Wednesday. Okay, so let us check out. Let's check out GBP USD. Please, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the chat box, and then I'll answer your question, or I just unmute you for you to ask your question. So let's do GBP USD. If you're just joining us, we are analyzing pairs for the week. Mr. Jacob, you just joined Mr. Joseph, Mr. Richard, Erigmo Forex. So drop the currency pairs that you want us to analyze for the week, or currency pairs that you are looking at for the week, and then we'll check it out together. Okay. So this is GBP USD. Let's check out the weekly charts. What do we have on weekly? If you remember, we analyzed GBP USD last week, Wednesday. If you were live, let me go back to Wednesday. I think it was a 4-hour chart, and we're somewhere here. Okay, and then what did we say was going to happen over here? Price was here. There was FOMC news at the time. We had FOMC news was going to happen, I think, an hour after our session, and then I was telling you that if the news is going to happen, news does not go against market structure, right? So news always follows market structure, ideally. So my prediction for you was that price was going to come down and clear out this liquidity. I don't know if you remember, if you joined our session on Wednesday. So, and then price did that exactly. So we saw this huge move. So this move started on Wednesday, 14th of December. Okay, that is 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Okay, so let's go back to structure on GBP USD. Let's go to weekly chart. So what do we have on weekly? Very simple. Give me a second. So weekly charts, we can see that price is in a downtrend, obvious downtrend. And then let me mark it out. So you can see price coming all the way down like so. All right. And then right now, what are we seeing? We are seeing a retracement like so. So what is the character of this retracement? We are seeing a retracement into a supply zone. We are also seeing liquidity grab. So we have multiple supply zones in this downtrend here. This is the first one that ideally was supposed to stop the momentum. Okay. So you can see price breezed through it. And this is why the last 2 or 3 weeks has been terrible for majority of people that trade GBP USD, because people's stop losses was taken out seriously, okay, in the last 2 or 3 weeks on GU. So ideally, this supply zone should hold, but it did not hold, you can see, and we've seen that liquidity has been taken out over here, okay, by this week. Okay, you can see. And then we are seeing a move down. Also, coincidentally, price is also in another area of supply here. You can see this. So that liquidity grab, this liquidity grab that happened in a supply. Okay. And one thing that you must also know that after we see liquidity grabs, price usually moves strong. All right. So this supply zone did not hold. This supply zone should hold. We've seen liquidity grab here. So our buyers for GBP USD right now will be to look for opportunity to sell GBP USD. So what do? We will go to lower time frame and wait for opportunity to sell. So let's go to daily chart. All right, so we are seeing a very similar structure on gold as well. Give me a second. Okay, so this is daily chart. You can see price trending up like so. Okay, so the structure on daily right now is not favoring our buyers for a sell because price is currently reacting to this demand here. Let's change this color. So this is a block of demand here. Hold on. It's too bright. Okay, so there's a demand zone here. And we know that in this zone, you want to give preeminence to higher time frames, guys. It's very, very important. Based on weekly, price is in a supply. Okay, and then we are seeing the supply happen. We've seen a lot of grabs of liquidity, stop on activities in that supply. So naturally, we should be inclined towards looking for a sell. Okay, so even though price is in a demand zone here, even though that demand is going to hold, it might not hold as a real move. It might not be the move that will break this high to create a higher high, because we are seeing activity of sellers in this weekly zone. Okay, so if we know what the higher time frame is saying, it will be easier to interpret structure on lower time frame. So what we should be expecting on lower time frame is a reversal opportunity, an opportunity to enter into a reversal, right? So, and then based on daily, to anticipate a reversal, you just need to see structure broken. You want to see the order flow shift, in this case, from bullish to bearish. So what needs to happen for price to shift from bullish to bearish? This higher low needs to be violated. This higher low here. Okay. So currently price is reacting to a demand zone. So that demand zone should work. You can see we are seeing price. So what might happen is we'll see price move up a bit. So that demand zone is active, but ultimately it should fail and then price should break this demand. If this particular movement happened like this, if we see this break like so, then what you want to do is to wait for price to now retrace into the supply zone that broke the zone, like so. So you wait for price to come back into the zone. And then when that happens, you go on your lower time frame and then you want to look for opportunity to short this guy. It's as simple as that. Okay. So it takes a lot of patience and waiting to actually reap good rewards from the Forex market, even though we know that price should sell, but it does not, it makes sense to wait for the best entry for a sell. So everything we are doing right now is just to find a perfect entry. Most times where traders find it wrong is the entry. You might be very, very right when it comes to predicting market direction. But if you get your entry wrong, even though you are in a bit of profit, because your stop loss will be so high, even when you are in good profits, you cannot close that trade because you feel that your risk reward is not okay. But when you enter the trade with a good entry usually gives you really good, really tight stop loss. and then you can maximize that trade. So that's the essence of everything that we are doing here, waiting for price to do this and then for price to be traced. Okay, so once this happens, okay, you would have a tight stop loss, and then ultimately your risk to reward will be very, very solid. Are we together, guys? Okay, give me some feedback in the chat box if you understand this analysis on GBP USD. Just type something in the chat box, give me some feedback. Okay, so please ask questions. It's very important. I want you to ask questions so that we can learn together, and also send me more pairs that you want us to analyze. So we've analyzed 2 pairs tonight. We've checked out gold, and then we've checked out GBP USD. Okay, Mr. Adeni, you're raising up your hand. Do you want me to unmute you? I can see your hand is raised, Mr. Adeni Ayodele. If you want me to unmute you, just type in yes in the chat box so that you can ask your question. Okay, give me a second. So I'm going to unmute you now. Okay, please unmute yourself and speak.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, normally I used to serve from the zone you marked out. Yeah. Hello?
Yes, sir, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. I used to serve from the zone you marked out. That
Which zone?
but that zone.
The
Yes.
purple one. Okay. Okay.
No, the zone that are what's it called? The structure that has been broken. So anytime I see a structure or a retest of that zone, yes, that where your cursor is. Yes,
okay.
but he said, is it to get to that, what's it called? The purple zone.
So you will wait for price to retest over here and then you sell from here.
Yes, normally before.
Okay.
So what do you say about that?
And let us use data. Now, if you do this, does it work for you?
Most of the time, it works like head and shoulder pattern, you know, then from the neckline, I will look for a reversal candlestick. Then I enter my trade from there. But your own is different now, and I think it's still better if it's. So I want to know if my own pattern is okay.
Okay, so first of all, if it is working for you and then you are making money with it, please stick to it. All right. Because what I'm trading, and the market can present a lot of scenarios. It might be different. Right now, price is still currently forming. A lot of things can happen within here that will initiate where we should be looking for sales. All right, but ideally, I don't sell at break and retest. Why? Because this is what a lot of retail traders are going to be doing. Okay, and even if it works, a lot of times, trust me, most times it's not going to work. All right, because that will not be the ideal supply zone that price would get to. So even if it works, it will just be a little bit of maybe a little bit of move to the downside. So ultimately, price will still maybe like go up and take out liquidity here and then start selling. All right. So
hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Though, and what I do is I trade it on 1 hour chart, 1 hour chart. So maybe that's why it works.
Yes. So
Anytime I see
you know what?
the header.
Now this is what you do. So anytime you see that particular setup on the 1 hour chart, just do like a screenshot so that I can really understand that particular scenario. You might be right, actually. Okay, so we need to know the scenario that you are talking about to be able to dissect it properly. All right, so just do a screenshot, and then maybe on Wednesday or like next time that we have this session, you can show us, and then we look at that structure and really explain it properly.
Okay, sir. The second question.
Yeah.
Can I ask?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You showed me something on MT5. Yes, on JPY. Yes, you just show me how to calculate the pips on JPYPS using your crosshair. Then so that because I do calculate it on Euro USD, on USD PS and good. So I used to click on the two, but on JPYPS I don't understand that. I don't understand to use the crosshair to get my pips.
Okay, so are you okay? So I couldn't hear you for a second. Are you saying that you want me to show you how to calculate pips on MT5 using crosshair?
Yes.
YPS.
Yes. YPS. Yes.
Okay, so hold on. Let me load up MT5, and then I'll show you. Is the same way you calculate your pips on Euro USD? On Euro USD, you know, MT5 will give you the value in points, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes.
And then how do you convert it to pips?
When you get to MT5, let me.
No. I'm saying, like, how do you, for Euro USD, you said that you don't have an issue with it. So how do you convert that point to pips?
Yeah, what I just do, I will trash out the last digits. Then maybe I got 192 pips. So 192, then I will know it is 19.2.
Yeah, you just simply divide by 10. That's all. So can you see my MT5 now?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go to any. So this is JPY. Okay. So let's measure the peep from this low here to this high. Is that okay? So let's take the crosshair from here to here. It's giving us how many points? That's 1346 points. Abi? Can you see it?
Yes.
Good.
1346.
1346, exactly. So to convert points to pips, you just simply divide by 10. So that would be 134.6 pips. That's all.
134.6 pips. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it then with the lot size now? Let's say I'm using 0.1, that is 10 cents. So I will not times 134 times and then divided by 10.
If you are using 0.01 or 0.1 lot size.
Yes, 0.01, sorry, 0.01.
So that will be 10 cents times 134.6. So that will give you the monetary value, the dollar value.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
Let's all right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So we have another question on the chat box. Mr. Jacob is asking, My question is this, is it advisable to trade the news, or one should wait to take entry after a major news release? Well, that will be based on personal preference. All right, so you can trade the news. Trading news is a skill set that you have to learn. Okay, so there's no right or wrong answer, Mr. Jacob. You can trade the news. There are people that advise you not to trade news because maybe it does not align well with their strategy. There are some people that news in itself is their own strategy to take entry. So it's going to be based on how you view the market. All right. But ultimately, like I always tell you, you guys, news cannot initiate a new trend. All right. So if news is going to happen, it's still going to be in line with the trend, or in line with structure, or in line with supply and demand. Okay. So if you are trading news, your entry should be an entry that is in line with market structure. So either you take entry before or after. Okay. It's fine. Depends on you. So I hope that answers your question, Mr. Jacob. It depends on your entry strategy and how you view the market. Hope that makes sense to Jacob. Mr. Jacob, give me some feedback in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. Mr. Ambrose Annie is asking, I still do not understand how to calculate pips. Okay, so that is a basic so, Mr. Ambrose, do you use MetaTrader or TradingView for your analysis? Mr. Ambrose, do you use MetaTrader 5 or TradingView for your analysis? So that I'll show you how to do it with the tool. Mr. Ambrose, what is yes? I said, do you use MetaTrader 5 or TradingView? Which one do you use? Let me unmute you so that we'll speak in real time. Okay, you use TradingView. Fantastic. TradingView gives you, so let's go to a totally different pair. So let's say we want to calculate pips from here, from this low here, all right, to this high. Mr. Ambrose, check this out. For TradingView, the only thing you need to calculate pips is this tool here. It's called the measure tool. This tool here. It looks like a ruler. All right. So that is a tool that you calculate pips. So all you have to do is just select, click on it to highlight it, and then to measure pips, you measure pips based on your parameters. So let's say from this starting point, you click on it, and then you just simply drag it to the end, to the extreme of where you want to calculate. So it's there. So it will give you the value. In this case, you can see 648.2 pips. That's him. So you don't calculate anything, except you are asking me about how to calculate it manually. Is that what you're asking me, or this tool is enough for you? Mr. Ambrose, give me some feedback in the chat box. So to use the tool, that's how you do it. Once you move it, it will give you the calculation ASAP. So this is 648.2 pips. You mean manually? Okay. If it is manually, it's very, very simple. The easiest way that I know that I can teach you is to simply, you want to subtract the value of the starting price to the ending price. In this case, if you are subtracting it, it will be, let's do that. It will be 1.45931 minus 1.39464. Can somebody help us with that subtraction real quick with the calculator? All right. So 1.45931 minus 1.39467. Okay, so once we subtract, we are going to get 0.06464. 0.06464. 6464. Yeah. So this is the value subtraction. And then the other exception there is that for JPY pairs, so if you are trying to calculate pips for JPY pairs, once you do this subtraction, you are going to move it 2 decimal places forward. So let's just write this down on the side. For JPY pairs, right? What do? You move decimal 2 places forward. And then for every other pair, what do? You move decimal 4 places forward. Now, in this case, EuroCAD is not a JPY pair. So what we do is that we move decimal 4 places forward. In this case, this is what we do. This decimal points, you move it 1, 2. Sorry, let's make this bigger. Okay, so you move it 1, oops. But get what I'm saying now. So move it 1, 2, 3, 4. If you move it 4 places forward, this decimal point, you're not going to get a value of what? That will be 646.4 pips. It's as simple as that. Or you just simply multiply by 10,000. Is that clear, Mr. Ambrose? So that's for every other pair aside from JPY pairs. For JPY pairs, if you are doing this, you move it 2 decimal places forward. So let's go to a JPY pair. Let's go to USD JPY. So let's assume that we want to measure the pip movement from, where is it? Let's say from this place, from this low here to this high. So what do? You take the price of the two and then you subtract. So let's subtract. So we are subtracting, doing 151.918 minus 145.266. That subtraction is going to give us which value. Just go to your calculator and do it real quick. Or if you're good at math, just do it with your head. Minus 145.266. So that will give us 6.652. Okay, so because it's JPY pairs, we'll move the decimal place, the decimal point 2 places forward. In this case, so that will be times 100, right? So that will give us 665.2 pips. It's as simple as that. If you use your measure tool and then you calculate it from here, let's say from here to here, you see it, you can see the same thing is being shown to us. That's how to do it. Is that clear, Ms. Ambrose? Let me know if you understand it now. Awesome. So let's check out another pair, guys. Let's check out maybe our last two pairs for the week. Or if you have any other questions, please let me know. So we have checked out gold tonight. We've also checked out GBP USD tonight. Which other pairs do you want us to check out tonight, guys? Which other pair are you looking at trading this night? Mr. Mustafa Aludar, Mr. Solomon Musa, you're welcome. NASDAQ. Okay. So let's do NASDAQ and UJ. Okay, we're on UJ already. Let's do UJ and then we'll go to NASDAQ. So what do you want to do here? As always, let's start from the higher time frame. Mr. Solomon, so right now, GBP USD and UUSD are moving like they're correlated for now. So, but I'll still check it out if we have time. So this is USD JPY on the weekly chart. And what do we have on weekly chart? We are seeing price is in an uptrend, like so. And then price is what's currently reacting, all right, at a demand here. Okay, if we take the whole of this demand range here, what we can see that has happened on USD JPY is we've seen liquidity grab here. All right, so, and then price is in a demand zone. This is a pro trend, okay, pro uptrend. So we want to be looking for opportunity to buy USD JPY because price is in a weekly demand, and then we've also seen liquidation in that demand zone. So I want to go to daily time frame, and we want to wait for price to shift to bullish before we look for buys. So right now we want to figure out what is the structure of price on daily. So this is what price is doing. Market structure first. Before you start applying your strategy to any market, the first thing you want to figure out is the market structure. That's like the fundamental. If you're applying your strategy without figuring out market structure, you find yourself losing so many trades because you are not on the right side of the market. All right. So this is price. Price is still in a very strong downtrend on daily. If we look for opportunity to buy on UJ, we want price to at least break this. So this is a little structure here, over here. All right. So if we want to buy UJ, we need price to break this lower high, like so. So we want price to break this guy, and then want to say retracement. Is that retracement that we'll start looking for buy opportunities, right? But that has not happened yet. Right now on daily, price is still very much bearish. Okay, it's not ready for a buy yet. So let's go to the 4-hour chart and see if price is, oops, sorry. So this is my zone. So let's go to 4-hour chart and see if price has changed to bullish. Okay. Now why do we want to buy? Because remember, we started from the higher time frame. Okay, we started from weekly. Weekly is showing us that price is in an uptrend. If you understand structure, you should not be looking for sales over here right now. It's buys. Okay, so 4 hours. If we are going to buy, then the structure on the 4 hours also need to have changed to bullish. So right now, what is the structure on you on 4 hours? Let's mark it out. So you have this impulse correction. And then we have this structure, right? So price still also in a downtrend on H4. This is a lower high that needs to be broken for us to know that the order flow has shifted from bearish to bullish. So right now, what you're waiting for to buy USDJPY, ideally, you should wait for price to break this zone, and then you wait for the retracement. And then when that happens, you look for your buys. Okay, so this has helped you cut out a lot of noise that is currently happening. But trust me, if you go to a lower time frame, like the 1 hour or 30 minutes, there'll be let us check it out. It will be quite noisy on the 1 hour. So if you go to the 1 hour, all right, you can see what is going on here. Price has been shifting from over here. We have this is shifting to a bit of bearish. Okay, shifting again to bullish. So that's why personally, when I'm looking at higher time frames, I only stop my higher time frame analysis on H4. Okay, so but let's say check it out for people that like to check out H1. What should you do over here? Okay, so the H1 structure should also be bullish, right? So what can we see here? How can we figure out the structure right now on the 1 hour chart? Give me a second. Let's figure this out together. Okay. So we know that price has done this. So let's use the immediate structure here. Okay. So we have price coming down like so, like this, and then ultimately like this. And what we are seeing here is this lower high being broken. Okay. So what you want to wait for now is, I recommend you to wait for price to still come down a bit, maybe into this extreme demand here. So if price will come back into the zone, it makes sense to look for buys. So if you are into this, when price comes back into the zone, you want to buy over here. So look for buys here. So if you're an aggressive trader, what you can do is to just come here, and then you want to set your pending order for a buy limit over here. Put your stop loss above this low, and then you want to buy all the way up. Okay, that is because we are anticipating the break based on our 4 hours. We are still expecting price to, remember, we want price to break this zone ultimately. So if you are able to get a very, very good entry from here, you can look for the buy. Mr. Abrams is asking, can somebody trade on weekly time frame? You mean take entry on weekly time frame? Well, I don't recommend it, except you are trading for you are trading like a very huge capital. You are trading very, very huge capital. That's when I would advise you to take entry on weekly. And then if you're also willing to be patient to hold trades for several weeks. Okay, so that's when you can take entry on weekly. Then you're asking, how did you know that price will come down over there and continue buying? Order flow. So how do you know? So let us do a bit of refresher. Price moves from uptrend to downtrend. So let's say price is like this, we have uptrend. So an uptrend at a point in time, price is going to retrace, to change to a downtrend. So what do we need to see for price to know that the trend has changed? We want to see this structure to be violated over here. So, and a lot of times when price breaks this structure, in this case, this higher low, a lot of times we are going to see a retracement like so into a supply, which will now create the lower low. So once this happens, this is a standard trend change. And then we can now also have a retracement like so and go down. On the flip side, if you have price a downtrend like so, how do you know that the trend is going to change? When you see that this lower high here is violated, so price will violate it like so. And a lot of times, if not every time, you see a retracement, okay, into a supply that will break the higher high. So that will create the higher high like so, and then you can now see retracement. So in this case, that is how I know what price is going to do. If you check out what is going on the 1 hour, you can see it's a similar structure. Let me even see, this low is lower than this. Okay, so this low is lower than this. This is this. So price has broken this zone, you now retrace, then we're expecting price to broken this zone. So ultimately we should see a retracement soon. Okay, and also mind you, this you can also say trend equity has been grabbed. So this is an impulse move right here, and after impulse move we should see a correction, okay, which will form the higher high. So that's how I know what's going to happen, because of order flow. Okay, because I'm expecting the order flow to happen. Mr. Ambrose, what is order flow? Well, just on that, the easiest way that I can explain to you now, just on that, order flow is just, let's just leave it at market structure. I don't want to go deep into technical, but it's just technical, how market moves from bullish to bearish, the order flow, how a buy order is changing to a sell order. Okay, so that's order flow, the flow of price in the market. Okay, market structure in essence. So you're asking, is it a must price will retrace to a support or supply? Yes, now price moves from an area of supply to an area of demand. Basic economics. That's what controls the market, right? there's no way you would talk about price without talking about supply and demand. And why didn't it retrace only at the breakout? I don't know why, but price will retrace. Okay. So that's UJ. Let us check out the last pair for tonight. Let's check out NASDAQ. NASDAQ. So that's NAS 100, I think. That's 100. So NAS on the weekly, what do we have on NAS? As can see, price is in a downtrend. Structure first, very important. Structure will help you enter good setups. Okay, when you apply your strategy to market structure, you see that you'll be profitable most times. Okay, even if you are trading support and resistance, if you apply support and resistance to market structure, you'll be very, very profitable. So why people usually lose a lot of trades, because we neglect market structure and just start applying strategy. Mr. Ambrose, don't worry, just keep joining these sessions. Some things will just be clear to you. All right. So there are things that I cannot really teach here. Okay. So let us check out NAS 100. This is structure right now. We can see break of structure here. Price is in a downtrend, and right now, and in a downtrend, that means this we have active sellers, right? And this is a supply zone. Where's that active? This supply zone, and this is another supply zone right here. So going deep, we can see this is a weekly chart. You can see at the first point of mitigation here, we can see price do this, and then ultimately we can, and then it's not straight. And ultimately we can see that price has taken this liquidity. You can see this week. So price quickly went up, grabbed liquidity like so, and then it's going down. All right. So right now, the supply is so price is reacting to this supply right now. So we should be looking forward to sell. So assuming we were here earlier 2 weeks ago, we would have looked for an entry at the top here, but we have missed this trade. So let's find a trade to follow this movement. So price is in a downtrend. We are looking for sells. Let's go to lower time frame like daily to find a possible sell setup, right? So this is a daily chart. And then what do we have over here? Okay. Now this is a scenario of that trend change thing that I told you about. So we can see this happening on daily. You can see price doing that is ultimately. Okay. And then what happened? We can see this zone being broken with this week. When that break happened, what happened was a retracement back into this supply, took our liquidity, ultimately went all the way down. So a lot of times, okay, these moves happen. So now price is in a downtrend on weekly, is in a downtrend on daily. So in a downtrend, you want to be looking for sell opportunities in a supply. And in this case, this is a supply range right here. So the next zone that I want to be looking for sell setup is here. So what you would do is very, very simple. You want to wait for price to retrace into the zone, and then you sell. But one thing that you must also be should notice that I've been trying to ingrain in us the concept of liquidity grabs in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Whenever you're able to spot a supply zone or a demand zone, usually in a supply or demand zone, there is always going to be liquidity grab. And I told you that if you cannot spot liquidity, that means most likely you are the liquidity that will be grabbed. So you don't want to contribute to liquidity, right? So in essence, this is what I'm saying. This is a higher time frame, right? This is a daily chart, and the ideal time to sell NAS right now is to wait for this retracement. When this retracement happens, give me a second. When retracement happens, if you have a large capital, or maybe you are a swing trader, you can just go ahead and take entry, and then you want to put your stop loss at this extreme high. But that might be very unreasonable because it's NAS. So you want to be very, very tight with your stop loss. So price is here right now. As soon as price touches this zone on daily, you now want to go to a lower time frame to get entry. On lower time frame as well, you will be waiting for market structure to shift to bearish. Hope I'm making sense to somebody. I'm not sure I'm making sense, but let me try and explain it properly. So we are waiting for price to retrace into this. So if this happens on daily, on a lower time frame, this move is going to be an uptrend, like so. Okay, like so. Let's make that white. So that's on a lower time frame, like 30 minutes. It will be an uptrend. And what you are waiting for is a liquidation of the mitigation. So on lower time frame, as soon as price hits this zone, you want to wait for people to enter the trade first before you take entry. Because on that lower time frame, on that lower time frame, there will be a setup that will form here that will lure people into selling at this zone. So you don't want to be the first person to start selling. So you are waiting for people to possibly start taking entry. Okay, so once people start selling, you don't worry, don't feel as if you missed the trade, because a lot of times price will still come back up to take out liquidity. Okay, so price will come back up and take out. So once this happens, then you want to start looking for opportunity to sell. That's what I'm talking about. So this scenario is what you are looking for on a lower time frame or on the daily time frame itself. I hope that makes sense, guys. Please give me some feedback in the chat box. Give me some response. Let me know if you understand what I'm saying and how we also get it properly. You want to back test what I'm telling you. Okay, go to the charts, test it out weeks back, see how liquidity play out at demand and supply zones or your support and resistance zones. If you understand this, please type in yes. If you don't understand, type in no. Yes, please backtest. So let us just go ahead and analyze NAS. Okay, so maybe 10 trade, we have to organize an advanced tutorial bootcamp where we can teach all of these concepts. Okay, good. So on NAS right now, what I would do if I'm to trade NAS is to wait for price to come here. When this happens, then I look for sales. As simple as that. All right, Mr. Jacob, Mr. Nakbi, Mr. Desmond. Good. So how often do we have this live session? We have it every Monday and Wednesday. Every Monday and Wednesday, 6 p.m. Nigerian time. Every week we have it, okay? So the link will usually be sent to a group or our status, WhatsApp status. So you see it if you're in WhatsApp group or Telegram group. All right. So guys, we have been here for over an hour now. So let us wrap this up. Yes, there's some of noise on the lower time frame. Yes, which can be confusing most times. Okay. All right, guys. So by Wednesday, we should have enough markets, enough data to know what price wants to do. But what we've analyzed so far, you also want to try and mark up the same analysis on your chart, and then just wait for price to react at the zones. The replay of this session will be available on 10Trade YouTube, so you can always watch the replay. Okay, between today and tomorrow, it should be on the YouTube channel. You can take entries on any time frame. Depends on the kind of trader that you are. If you're a swing trader, it's fine for you. So if you're taking entry on daily, that means you are doing your analysis on the monthly charts or the 3-month charts on the weekly charts. Okay, but if you're an intraday trader, I recommend take entry on 5, 15 minutes, 30 minutes max. Okay, good. All right, guys. So thank you so much for being a part of this masterclass that is brought to you by 10Trade. Okay, so very important. If you don't have an account with 10Trade, 10Trade is a forex broker. Bring this to you. So you want to go to 10Trade website, 10.trade, okay, and trade with us. All right, so we're a multi-asset broker, and then we give you fantastic services. Okay, so we don't only give you services, we also ensure that you are profitable. So we want you to be profitable. That's why we are having these weekly sessions, and then we are investing in you. Okay, you're welcome, Mr. Denny, Mr. Desmond, you're welcome. All right, so please check out 10Trade if you are not yet a member of 10Trade or a kind of 10Trade, and then trade with 10Trade. And then like I always tell us, most times for people that are doing practice, or like you are doing your demo accounts, if you're trading on demo is quite different on trading a real account, because on a demo account, you cannot really learn how to manage your emotions properly on a demo account, because on a demo account, if you are in a drawdown, you don't feel it because it's not real money. But if you're on a live account, it's a different ballgame entirely. If you're in a drawdown, because it's your money, it's your hard-earned money, you would actually feel it as a beginner. Okay, so I recommend if you want to practice truly, you need to practice not only on demo, you also want to practice on a live account. And that live account doesn't have to be big money. Maybe just fund the account with, let's say, $20. That's cash that you can afford to lose, right? And then the goal is to use that particular account to perfect your strategy, to perfect your psychology, to perfect your emotions, right? Very important. It's very important, right? When you go for your driver's license exam, you don't do exam on a demo car. You do your exam on a real car. That's when they give you your license once you've passed. So the same thing also applies to trading. Very important. All right. So with 10 trade, there are a lot of options for deposits. Okay. Once you are a client, you can use Bitcoin, you can use Naira to deposit, bank transfer, you can use Neteller, and a lot of options like Skrill. All right. And then it is same day deposit, same day withdrawals as well for every method. Mr. Abbas is asking, I heard 10 trade will soon have a prop firm account. Yes, that is in the works. Is in the works? Yes, yes. So you would hear more from the team about this in the next few weeks. All right, guys, I've had an amazing time sharing this with us tonight. I'm going to see us on Wednesday. Hopefully, markets goes according to plan. Remember, don't be in a hurry to enter trades. Let trade align with your strategy, with your plan before you take entry. All right, guys, I'll see us on Wednesday. Let's all have a remarkable night. Good night, everybody.